Okay, over to you, Amr.
Okay, thank you, Shireen, for this
Mm,
introduction about the risk. Thank you so
mm,
much. Hello, guys. I am Amr Rifai. I am a senior weight utility engineer at the core, and also I'm a teaching assistant at the Faculty of Engineering at Shams University. Currently, I'm pursuing my PhD. I'm about midway, so I wish me luck to continue my degree. Uh, okay, so I'm happy to share with you my story, which I think it's not severely astonishing, but yet still we can have some good insights from it to share. Um, my whole story started at the age of 6, actually between 4 and 6, when I got diagnosed with ADHD. I was quite lucky to belong to a family. All of their family members are doctors, so I got diagnosed early with ADHD. And ADHD denotes to attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which means you have severe distraction from being full conscious to do the regular tasks. Um Also, for the ADHD, we can represent this iceberg. So, typically, any young boy who is dodging everything, crashing, running around, um, can be classified as ADHD, but also any quiet and shy personnel, any elder personnel could also be an ADHD. So it's very important to have casual checkups with the doctors just to get diagnosed. It will be very good for your routine and your plan. Okay, so one of the being an ADHD boy requires a certain plan to manage, includes eating certain food, avoiding distraction, and one of the very good thing to perform while being an ADHD is to play sports. So any kind of sport would be beneficial, especially the individual sports, which scientifically shown to be very good to deal with ADHD, keep the one with ADHD focused about an individual sport, such as playing tennis, swimming, or even doing some martial arts. And at this stage, my parents introduced me to karate. I think it is a well-known sport in Egypt. I don't know whether it is a well-known sport in India. So karate is basically consists of a trio. The first part of karate, which we can call kyohin, which involves some basic training, stretches, and working out for the agility, the strength, general exercise. So this is the kyohin to prepare the player to have a good physique, just to go on to the second thing, which is the kata. And the kata is the way to promote yourself while playing at the sport. It's basically you fight an imaginary enemy and doing some certain movements, which got more complicated, more sophisticated as you are advancing from the first belt, which is the white belt as shown in the right, and then you got promoted until reaching the black belt. Okay, so for the third axis of karate, we come to committee where the championships are performed and conducted. It typically means you fight an opponent and you win when you score the highest points. Okay, so these are the three types of karate. Uh, it was a very good journey for me. So I got my black belt, and also I won multiple championships, even the national championship. Okay, so this was a very good part of my life until approximately at the age of 14, when I started the high school. So it was again very challenging for me It involved much more distraction and isolation from being focused from playing my sport. So unfortunately, I started to have to get a very bad mindset, to even get very bad habits such as smoking, some other smoking, different kinds of fumes, and also I again being stuck at being mind trapped with the severe amounts of required studying routines. So I got fed up. It was a very hard part of my life. And
عمرو,
this,
uh,
yeah,
can I just tell you there is one Mustafa wants to interact with you. Maybe
okay,
he
okay,
has a question.
go on, Mustafa.
Mhm.
Mustafa, are you here? You want to ask about anything? I think maybe Mustafa want to discuss after the presentation, Shireen.
He's muted.
Okay, sure. After you finish. Okay.
Okay, then we will have a separate discussions. Okay. So this part of my life was very hard, and again with a tremendous help of my family members and growing my wisdom, I came to a conclusion and starting to understand the wisdom that that says ما لا يدرك كله لا يترك جله, which typically means that any task you cannot fully attain, you shouldn't fully abandon it. And this was an obstacle for anyone with ADHD, that they are typically all in or all out, even to achieve all things and have the championships and win any championship he is involved in, or he can quit everything and just go out. So, growing up in age and understanding all of these concepts, I started again. I started being a thin guy, joining the gym, started training, lifting weights with an improper way, and yet got injured. Okay, so this was a consequence of being training without improper training routine and training properly. Okay, so I have started again to play and started to study more and investigate. And while finalizing my college at the last stage, I got my personal training certificate, and I knew that my type, my body type will be very tolerable with playing powerlifting. So at this time, I got introduced to powerlifting. So when we talk about powerlifting, all of these words come to your mind about the exercise, gaining strength, the barbells, the dumbbells, and this strenuous exercises involved in the powerlifting. Uh, it was chosen by me as it is well going with me. So everyone can choose the type of sport that is suitable for him. But for me, it was very good to react and to just evacuate my energy and so on. So the powerlifting involves three main movements. The first is the squats. The second is the bench press. The third is the deadlift, which is the mother of all exercises. So each one of them includes a certain movement just to get yourself out of injury and to maximize your lifting of weights. This sport also has some training kits to use, such as the suit, the knee wraps, the socks, which is very important to place yourself on the floor to keep away from being scratched, the rest straps, the safety belt, which is very important to protect your lumbar. And by the way, the gloves are prohibited for this sport, just to keep you out of from gaining an excessive strength to be able to lift more weight. It is prohibited. And the good thing about my story at this time is this is a still continuing 12 years long journey. But the difference is that at this time it is not at a professional level, such as karate, joining camps, being at the top competition, winning each competition I'm joining. But the difference is that the whole is accessible for me. I can certainly train myself properly without being stressed and committed to the championships. And this is the bad thing was about me, is that all in or all out. Okay, so the fruitful stages from this sport is the muscle development, increased strength, and also increased bone density, which is typically a counter osteoporosis. And moreover, it helped me to gain the muscle-mind connection, and above all, I gained back my mind clearness, so I could think properly outside of the training hall, and also I could focus my thoughts to perform better at the industry, at my academia, and so on. So yeah, this is my story. It is still ongoing. It hasn't been finished yet, and I hope this was somehow motivational for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, I have some of these slides that I just can talk about at the engagement and discussions. They contain some of the general advices about the training routines. But if any one of you guys want to interact, I will be very happy.
I have a question for you, Amr.
Okay.
Throughout your journey, you sort of fell and then you went back on your feet again.
Yeah.
So you started smoking and cigarettes and hookah and whatever, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you went back on track again. So
Yeah.
what inspired you to, or motivated you to go back on track? Did you
Honestly,
start suffering
yeah.
from, for example, health problems, shortness of breath, or did you feel like depressed or under the weather, or the quality of your life wasn't, you weren't happy, or what motivated you to go
Yeah,
back on track?
sure, all the short breathing and all of this stuff. But actually, when you are an athlete who can involve yourself at several championships and so, you will have a good body that can afford some of the misleading about it. So I wasn't suffering too much about bad health conditions or so, honestly. But yeah, I was in severe depression and loss of mind. I couldn't perform very well my grades, my focus at my tasks, my in my journey was very bad. So what inspired me? Again, you come to realize for me the true meaning of the family and their support, that was everything for me. I just wanted to accept their love and their support, and also to make them pleased seeing me performing better again. So I thought it was the inspirational image for me.
Yes, I think one of the very important factors that help us persevere and inspire us to become our better selves are our families or friends, people who really love us and try to push us back on track.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. and the journey still is continuing due to their support, their love, the family, my wife, and all of my family members, my friends. They are all the energies that I need to go further. So, any one of you guys want to ask about anything? I can share with you my thoughts about this slide, which is previewing now. It contains some slight tips and advices about your daily routine without sophisticating everything and taking it to an scientific level. So the first thing I want to talk about is the calorie deficit concept. So when any one of you guys want to start dieting, sometimes we start improperly, get out of any food, join a very low calorie diet. This very low calorie diet will not be beneficial for you. So if you was like this, you got with this, and when you stopped your diet, you return back to the first situation. So basically, when you have a very low calorie deficit, your body started to go in a starvation mood. The starvation mood means that your body is searching for survival. It will lower the metabolism rate, and then it can adapt with the low calorie you are injecting. And then when you stopped your diet, you will return back. Your body will be very thrived and very thirsty to get back and store all the fats. It doesn't know if you will starve it again or not. So typically it will store all of the amount of food you inject as fats. So scientifically talking, I recommend you, as the ISSA recommendation and the FDA guidelines, to have a calorie deficit between 500 to 1000 calorie deficit. So for example, if you are doing some daily routines that involves about 2500 calories, you should get fed with typically 2000 or at the lowest rate 1500 calorie. If you go lower than this, it will not be very beneficial. So keep this in mind. And this is regardless of my daily routine. So I take about 5000 calories to be adaptable with my daily exercises and the very strenuous weights I use. Okay, so this is the first thing I want to deliver. The second thing is that you will start to have a lot of advices about eat, sleep, and you shouldn't eat and sleep, and you should eat and then with some moment to sleep about 2 hours. Actually, when you look at this point from a scientific point of view, you'll find contradicting research papers about this. So some experts say you shouldn't. It's prohibited to eat and sleep directly. Some others say no. It even enhances your metabolism. So there is not a certain conclusion about this. So I advise you to trace your body. Our bodies are different one from the other, and see what is suitable for you. Okay, it's not a haphazard advice. It is scientifically proven that there is a contradictive results between different the same manner results to a different consequences. Okay, and then about the workout optimum time, again, you will find some research papers and some experts advise you to work out before the work and not at the morning and not working out lately, and vice versa. So again, it will have no big difference. The difference will come from being regularly training and without skipping or cutting the chain. When you are disciplined and you regularly training, this will make the difference. No matter where you can choose your the best time for you to train at. Okay. And then I want to advise you, all of you guys, including me, to have a casual movements at the office. So from time to time, when you are focused about some deliverable or something, you might forget yourself about 5 hours focusing at the screen without moving your head. Okay, so this can cause severe damage with time at your cervical disc. So you have to take care about it. What to do? You just simply need to do a very simple movement, just moving your neck, going to hydrate yourself to come back. You can do casual gatherings with your friends at a maximum of 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Nothing will go away. But this, at the long term, with the upcoming ages, will help you and will make the difference. So small habits will make the difference rather being training very hard and joining a very hard and strict routine, and then you skip everything, you go back to your first stage. Okay.
This is excellent advice, Amr. And there is one specific question from Sharan. He's asking you, are knee wraps required for regular squatting?
Yeah, so these stuff are regularly used for the competition. So when you are going into a competition, you might use all of this stuff. But when you train at the first time and at the regular training sessions, sometimes we don't use this stuff just to strengthen our ligaments and got used to the movements. So we don't have to use all of this stuff every day at the training. You can start training freely without anything, and then when you join a competition and or when you want to break your weight or setting a new record, you then can use some of these stuff. And I want to add one thing, guys. You don't have to play powerlifting. You don't have to build muscles. And this is not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is that you can do anything. You can play ping pong. You can play tennis. You can go for swimming. You can play any type of sport. Just do sports. Just don't break the chain. Just be committed to even one football session with your friend. Just not don't escape. Don't forget yourself without any training. So after some years, your muscles will come to hypertrophy and atrophy. You will join the cycle of the human beings, but what remains is your health. Okay, so this is the most important thing over any type of muscles or any. Okay, you understand me?
Yes, that's very valuable advice, Amr, to get our blood circulating because our
Yeah,
bodies are made to move. We are
yeah,
not pieces
a
of
tree.
wood to be lying
Yeah,
around all day without any movement.
yes,
We will get so many, we'll get in trouble for sitting around. And there
yeah,
is a saying that sitting is the new smoking. If you are sitting
yes,
around all the time and you're not moving at all, it's as if you are smoking cigarettes. Can you imagine how damaging it is to your health?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. If anybody else has any questions or any comments, if not, we can wrap up our session.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Amr, for
Thank you,
a most
Shireen. Thank you,
inspiring.
guys.
You've inspired me personally. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
so thank you very much, and for the very valuable tips and advice.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much,
Thank you,
and see you
Shireen.
next
Thank
month.
you, guys.
See you.
See you.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Amr.
Thank you. Mm.
Thank you.
انا هرجعه بقى زي ما انا مش هقوم